October is Infant and Pregnancy Loss Awareness Month, and I am getting on in October to do videos around awareness with pregnancy and infant loss, also to advocate for other survivors, because even though I am 2.5 years out from my loss of our daughter and she died in our arms traumatically and tragically, returning to everyday life, returning to society, routine life, and having to face people was really difficult because, people say things and they have great intentions, but when they say things, it is really insensitive and it really affects us. I just had somebody approach me just the other week, and like I said, years away from our loss now. And when they came up to me, they said, and I have a full sleeve tattoo of our birth flowers of our daughter for the month that she was born. And I have that because one, it gives me the opportunity to talk about her anytime and mention her name. And two, then it gives me the opportunity then to discuss pregnancy and infant loss. So as I was doing this, someone said, everything happens for a reason. And it's like, there is no silver lining when you lose a baby. There is none. And I will never find a silver lining. There is no reason why a parent outlives their child. And when this happens, it's horrific. And it is heart shattering. The parents have to figure out who they are, what life is after all of this, and it is so isolating and lonely. So that's why we founded Chasing the Rainbows over a year ago, and it has daily support services. We have 2 support groups every weekday, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, virtually for all survivors across the US. And then we also have free individual one-on-one mentorships where we pair somebody with another peer with lived experience that is similar to theirs. We also do a weekly podcast called Cry It Out Loud, and it's on all major platforms, and it's all around living through this grief and living and processing and what that looks like. And that's what we're trying to do here, because life and grief never fits into our convenient life schedules. It happens when you least expect it. And so we want to make sure that we're armoring ourselves and helping other survivors to cope alongside of us, because we need to life together, because we don't want others to feel that same isolated and alone feelings like we felt at one point or another. And then we also do professional warm handoffs for referrals into therapy or other things that survivors may need, because this is really important. When someone is seeking comfort, someone is seeking help, we need to help them. So instead of saying insensitive things like things happen for a reason, at least you didn't have to deal with medical conditions or medical issues with your child, and that's probably why they passed, things like that. Instead of saying those kind of things, just say, I am here to listen if you ever want to talk about your baby. I am just here, and just be a listening ear, right? And when you're asking survivors how they're doing, be expected for them to say, I'm not doing okay. And if you're just asking them just to do the arbitrary, I asked them, and you expect someone to church it up and say, yeah, I'm doing okay, I'm doing pretty good. Well, that's not the case, especially when it's weeks and months right after, and we only get 3 days to grieve, and then we have to return to work, return to routine life, everyday life. So just be expected if someone says that, and then just embrace them and say, may I please give you a hug? Or can we please sit down and can I talk to you? Especially if they start crying, because crying is normal for grieving. And our society is not used to that. And this is a lifelong grieving process, at least for me. And so that's why we want to help other survivors, and we want a life together. And so please be that listening ear. Also, refer them to Chasing the Rainbows for free daily support services, because we are here, we are doing it, and we want them to be a part of our community.